A huge welcome back. Look, a recent episode that we did was with Mo Gaudat, the former chief business officer at Google X. He wrote a book called Scary Smart, and him and I chatted in the last episode all about AI. And essentially, AI is unstoppable. He said the only way that we can actually stop AI is by getting every government on the planet, including every tiny country and every large country, to agree to switch off the internet and eradicate everything from that internet that we know, every single bit of it, at exactly the same moment. Now, the chances of that, you and I both know, are next to zero. There's no way every country on the planet's going to agree to eliminate every aspect of the internet as we know it. So AI is here to stay and is growing at speed. How do you feel about that? Look, part of me feels excited. The other part feels pretty anxious about it because there's so many unknowns. And when we look at deep learning and how the AI machine actually learns, it's learning at speed. Mo was sharing, and he's committed his life to trying to make a difference because he feels some really bad things are going to happen. I think he knows a lot more than you and I will ever know. And so sitting down with him at length and chatting about it was just mind blowing. Please, you need to go and listen to that episode. The previous episode is just phenomenal. But look, we need to think about it growing at speed. He suggested that it's going to be 1 billion times more intelligent than the most intelligent human. Now, intelligence is the one thing that I would say that has always separated us from other beings. We've used intelligence as a way to dominate. We've used intelligence as a way to innovate, to grow, to develop, to earn, all of those things. But actually, that's all about to change because everybody will have access to super intelligence. Begs the question, does our current education system matter? Is it relevant? That's a question I want you to think about. Is it relevant? My little boy's 7, he goes to school, and I love hearing about what he's learning. And he's learning so much. But the other part of me is going, how are we equipping him for the world of AI? Where memorization, what's the point of memorizing when AI can get it in a heartbeat? What's the point in working out complex challenges when AI can do it in a second? That's the thing I want you to think about for a moment is, where does AI sit in your life? I'm going to say it here. You're either going to use AI or you're going to get used by AI. It's up to you. Chatting to Mo recently, we were chatting about the simple chat GPT that you and I all have access to for free. And I said, how important is it that we start engaging with that? He said, it's critical. Every single human needs to be engaging with that. Why does he say that? Well, he said, we are the parents of AI. How we parent AI by feeding it information, feeding it intelligence, will then predict what kind of being it is, what kind of intelligence it is. So if we leave it to chance and there's negative feedback, there's aggression, there's hatred, which there's lots of that on the internet, right? If we leave it to that, then AI could much more likely be a very dangerous thing and actually say, hey, humans like hatred and anger. Let me create more of that. But actually, if we can get into ChatGPT and start engaging with it and encouraging it to be kind and thoughtful and patient, well, actually, the AI that's going to outsmart you any moment now, because it's pretty much there. ChatGPT 4 and 5, it's infinitely growing. If we want it to be kind and better things to unfold for the world, we actually have an obligation to engage with ChatGPT or with Google's Bard. There's others out there as well. It's not a negotiable at all. We've got to be engaging with AI. We've got to be parenting it. Now, Mo mentioned the 3 inevitables with AI. 1, AI is on the way. It's coming. Now, he was right with that. Number 2, AI is going to be much smarter than any human. It's almost already there. Now, 1 billion times smarter is significant, right? If we think of, say, an ant and Einstein, would the ant ever be able to comprehend anything that Einstein talked about or thought about? Well, you and I know the answer is no. Well, guess what? What's going to happen is the intelligence of AI is going to get to the point where you and I actually cannot comprehend what it's thinking or doing. It's just way outside our realm of comprehension. Now, that begs the question, is there a way for the human brain and body to connect directly to AI? Scary question, I know. But is that something that we might have to explore if we want to still stay engaged with artificial intelligence and be able to comprehend what it's doing? Pretty sure Elon Musk is onto that already, right? But at our level, we need to appreciate if you've got a job, you're going to lose that job incredibly quickly, particularly if it doesn't involve high levels of human connection. You just will. Now, if you've got a business, your business will die in the next 2, maybe 3 years if you don't embrace AI. That's just how it is. I want you to look back on this in 2 or 3 years' time and go, was that right? I firmly believe that Mo Gaudat is 100% on the right track. We must embrace AI in our everyday lives. How do we get our kids to understand it, embrace it, use it for good? That third inevitable that Mo mentioned was that bad things will happen. They will. You and I know that. Now, what we don't know is what those bad things look like or how bad it's going to get. But on the other side of that, there's potential utopia where AI is going to help us to live an incredible life where we get to do more of what we love doing rather than what we have to do for work. So there's a lot of big questions around AI, but the most important thing here I want you to think about is, are you using AI? Are you engaging with it? Are you attempting to understand the basics of it? If you aren't, please lead yourself. Develop that self-leadership, that curiosity, that growth, and get involved in some level with understanding how AI is going to impact your life, your families, community, your country, the world. It's going to be profound. We're at a massive turning point here, and it's way too late to turn things back. If you think you can crawl under a rock and disappear and forget about it. That's not going to happen. We have to learn to live with it, and we have to parent it. And to do that, we need to engage with it. So if you haven't already, and I'm sure many of you who are watching and listening are already all over it, but if you haven't, please go and check out ChatGPT. Go and check out Google's Bard, B-A-R-D. Get interested, get curious. And go and check out some of the AI visuals and graphics and all the different things they can do to create amazing content. It can be scary too. There's a chance we fast forward a few years and within minutes or even seconds, somebody could say, hey, I want you to create a short CCTV style piece of footage where John crashes into the back of Susie. John gets out and murders Susie, and it's all caught on camera. And I want you to include X, Y, and Z in that. And I want you to do the color of the car this and the speed of the car that. That is actually going to be achievable. That kind of fake reality, fake truth. That's going to be a thing. Imagine what that means for politicians. Imagine what that means for election days. Imagine what that means for court cases. What that means for people's reputations, banking, security, safety, all those things. There's so many unknowns. So I want you to be on the front foot. Please get involved. Get to the point where you understand it and get amongst it. Look, there's going to be so many more guests I have that will join me in the future that will talk about AI. But right now, it's your opportunity to get amongst it. So if you haven't already, please go back and listen to the previous episode with Mo Gaudat, former CBO at Google X. It's mind-blowing what he shared with us. I know it will inform you and hopefully impact you. But for now, please get out there and lead your life on purpose. Hey guys, if you enjoyed the content today, please smash that subscribe button below. And if you want to become part of my community, I've got an amazing free Facebook group. Please come and join us. The link is in the description below. And also, if you've got any questions about today's session, I'd love to know. Just comment below and I'll be sure to get back to you guys. Have the most amazing day.